Let's take a look at one of the most experimental Toyotas I've ever worked on. Not this one, though this one is beautiful. This one. This is a second generation Toyota Prius. And some folks will say, well, this is a mainstream car. There's a lot of them on the road. A lot of them were sold when they were new. But I gotta admit one thing. Today was a huge learning experience for me, because I always knew that this generation Prius was a really experiment and kind of a leap in hybrid technology at its time. But today I got to see that firsthand. Let's show you the inside and you'll know what we're up to here. So this car has a leaky evaporator. This is not how you are used to seeing your second generation Prius. So let me show you some of the interesting stuff that we got going on here. So the first thing, if you've never seen one without a dash, here it is. Look at the amount of wiring there is in this car. Look at that giant contraption there. And if you look at the firewall, this is one of the first Toyotas I see that has two giant harnesses going into inside on the passenger side. That's very interesting to see. But then you look, the bar is here. Look how much space there is between the bar and the actual like sheet metal of the firewall. There's a lot of space. There's so much space in front of it that when this sits on the HVAC box we're going to look at in a second here, look at this ECU here. It's kind of standing up like that. This is how high this dash gets, folks. This car is so experimental. There is a lot of stuff, including this massive behemoth here. Folks, this is just a junction block. This is a non-component. This is just a junction block. There is something about, I just had a conversation with a gentleman the other day, older gentleman that used to be a mechanic in the 70s and 80s. He told me the new cars, they're very, very, very complicated. Compared to old cars, yes, they also last a lot longer. They're a lot better built and better made and everything. But here's the interesting thing. There's a period here in the mid-2000s into the 2010s where cars really got complicated. All this giant junction block and all this huge wiring, computers, look how big this is just the stuff that stayed. There's one here, one here, one here. When we pulled it apart, there was one here, one there, three there, and it's like there's computers everywhere. We don't have that in very modern cars, because now computers talk. They've gotten much smaller. They will have a tiny little computer that can do the same job as three of these and better. And they're fraction of the size. And then we have networking in cars, so you don't have all the wiring. Now that makes diagnosis possibly more difficult, but at the same time, computers talk these days. These computers, they barely talked, so you couldn't understand what they're doing and what's going on. But the learning experience here is, and this is, if you're doing this, although I don't recommend the DIY, this can be a little bit on the intimidating side. This car has a bad evaporator. It's just leaking. And no AC. And this is something important in hybrids, that you have AC for the fan. The interesting thing is, you can actually pull the blower housing out without pulling the bar, without really moving anything. It's tight, very tight. You have to deal with all that harness over there. But you can get it out. And once you get it out, you're actually able to just kind of lift up the bar, and you can pull the HVAC box direct straight. You're going to hit it a little bit here, but you can pull it directly straight. That's never the case with other Toyotas. And this is the experimental part. This is built like no other Toyota. I've worked on a lot of them. This one is kind of a unique setup because the HVAC box is so low, and all the ducting of the dash vents and all the vents, they're all completely separate. You can pull them. And this is, of course, a two-piece dash. The top part of the dash comes very easy. The bottom part, a little bit more involved, but it's super experimental. I want you to show you some of the relics here. Jose, why don't you come on this side, and we'll switch sides so you guys can see this very up close. Because this was a surprise to me, honestly. So, I want you to look at this. Do you see this massive motor here? That's your power steering motor. That's the electric motor that assists. It's massive. There's no other word to say it. And look at that giant contraption of junction blocks, and that's just a side junction block just sitting there. This is all behind the dash. So next time you get on a second generation Prius, let's admire the technology, because this all don't exist no more. If you see this is very complicated, and the best thing about it is there is very little information on all the stuff here, because stuff in this car don't go south. Not the stuff here. There's one thing that is, if you are that engineer that designed this, possibly you'll be a Japanese engineer. It's just my assumption here. Why did you do that? We love you, but this is just... So if you do an ABS actuator on this car, there's a little resistor that you actually got to replace. That resistor, do you think is under the hood next to the ABS actuator? No. Is it under the dash here or somewhere accessible? No. It is all the way here. Now it's so easy for me to point at it. You see it like sitting behind this brace. So easy for me to point at it right here. But can you imagine replacing that with everything here? It's extremely difficult to replace it in the car. You actually end up much easier in case you're doing this. Pull the top part of the dash, not difficult to remove, and you get straight access to it, because otherwise you'll be fighting this for hours and hours. Why did we put it there? The ABS actuator is outside the car. Why is this here? That's how engineers do this. But there's actually more stuff. Let's go look at the evaporator and all that setup. So before we get to that, this is the top part of the dash. This is the bottom part of the dash. This is where the airbag is, and computer. And this is that notorious display on the dash that goes out on these. So if you have a second generation Prius, this is something super common. It was actually under campaign at some point. I think we were missing a lot of screws at the top of the dash. This one might have been done. So the screen will go off. You have no speedometer, no nothing. And then the problem is the car won't shut off anymore. So, because you have no way of knowing, you press the button, you assume to shut off, the engine's off because it's a hybrid, all of a sudden the engine just starts, because the car is actually not off when this is out. So this was something, circuit board here gets replaced. See signs of somebody's been here, because I never took this off. Someone's been here, didn't clip this in. I just noticed that actually, I didn't even notice, because I don't have anything here to take out. HVAC box. Very... the word I'm going to say here is going to be interesting. This AC box gives me LS430 vibes. That's what I'm going to say. It's not 100%, doesn't have like the paper roller or whatnot, but look at the design of this thing. And I'm going to show you, unfortunately, this panel was broken to begin with, and I didn't want to break it further. It's very brittle. We're going to try to find one. This sits all the way. This is kind of hard to explain, but this sits all the way in the kick panel. I'm assuming something hit it, because the panel was all shattered in 4 pieces, and this is one of the pieces. So here's the interesting thing. You have the heater core right here, and 2 pipes that have these strange clamps that clamp it to the HVAC box, and then they come out completely different side. Assuming this was designed for a right-hand drive, and for the left-hand drive, they did this turn, because it kind of makes, well, you have all this giant pipe that runs across to make it to the other side. The other thing is, you notice this big, heavy gauge. Look how heavy gauge this wire is. You notice that going just right to the heater core? Well, what's there? This is actually a PTC heater infused within the heater core. And to get an idea, because this is not the only PTC heater that this has, we have 2 more. Look at this gauge wire. You see gauge wire like that? This is something serious, and serious it is. These are the 2 PTC heaters on the Prius, and there's another one infused within the heater core. This is, I told you, experimental. I mean, you'll see electric cars today have PTC heaters. This came out in 2004, has 3 of them. 3 of them. Just to give you heat, so we are not overloading the engine, running too long when the car is cold. In addition to its mega complicated cooling system that just... This car is why we have hybrids today. Flat out. I was going to tell, not the first generation Prius. First generation Prius, experimental. But it was not the level of this thing. Here's another interesting thing here. So this is old school design. Toyota doesn't do this design anymore. You have the evaporator. You can see it here. Show you the old one in a bit. See the evaporator right there? You have an expansion valve and then these two pipes. This is the old style. Here's that expansion valve, the old one. Always replace this whenever you go to this level. And then there's the two pipes. We also replace them because we're going in. I'm assuming the evaporator is leaking, but what if it's these two lines? We don't want to do this job 3 times. These lines are very inexpensive. Expansion valves very inexpensive. You go in here, do all 3 in one shot, and we're done. That's the recommendation I'll make to you. But here, this style, they don't make this anymore. The expansion valve actually moved here in the newer cars. So if you need to replace an expansion valve, you're not tearing the entire car down. You can just reach out through the firewall and pull it out, pull the new one in, we're done. It's actually a great idea. This is a bad idea, but this one, expansion valve was working, we just had a leak. Speaking of the leak, here is the offender. And you might say, why is it so dirty? Part of it is because it has oil on it, because it's been leaking. But part of it is, do you realize that your old car, this is what you're basically breathing inside of it? Because most of this is mold, actually. This is what causes the bad smells inside HVAC boxes, folks. Because look at this side. It's very clean because air blows this way. So next time you ignore that cabin filter, you don't follow proper procedures in the summer to not have a wet HVAC box, this is gonna happen, unfortunately. I mean, this car is clean, it's taken care of, whatnot, but we have an evaporator that looks like that. Something else I wanted to show you. This is the blower housing. We haven't cleaned it or anything. This, by the way, is the immobilizer ECU. Sits right behind it. As you're actually looking at the firewall side here. This you can remove in the car. Very few Toyotas are actually like this. LS430 is one of them. You can actually remove this in the car. It makes removal of that is a lot simpler, but there is a million computers in this car. Seriously, I mean, I was shocked. We just did, and this is another thing interesting. It's a little bit sidetrack here. We're having, it's -2 degrees outside. I've never done more evaporator jobs in the middle of the winter than we are in this period of time. Over the last 2 weeks, we've done 2, 3, and we have a couple more coming. It's just happens to work that way. But I assumed, we just did a RAV4, you guys have seen that RAV4, we talked about it. You know, I assumed, okay, we did the RAV4. RAV4 was actually relatively simple. It's not very complicated. Figured this Prius will have a few more things. I pulled the dash, a top part of the dash for that campaign for the display. Like, figured it's not gonna be very complicated. Maybe a few more things, a few more computers in the way. Never expected this. This was a surprise because the amount of wires that there are and the amount of stuff that had to move, and usually not the most difficult, but the most time-consuming part in any evaporator job is the bar. You gotta either get it out of your way or pull out completely in some models. This one, we didn't have to do anything with the bar. We just loosened it, lifted up a little bit, and that's it. But getting all the stuff around it. And the vents, all the vents, once you pull the top part of the dash, all the vents, you can pull them out. And that was pretty easy, like the ducting that goes around. And they're all held up with clips. Very, very strange car. And there's one thing I wanted to show you, and this is how Toyota does their things. This is the Prius shifter that now every single hybrid and everything has it. This is how that shifter looks like. Super simple. But watch how Toyota does things. I mean, does this look like a heavy duty item that needs just extreme mounting and everything? It doesn't. Here's what Toyota does. Look at these bolts. This is a massive bolt you can hold on a very large component with. And they don't only have one, they have 3 of them. This is the same bolt you'll find on any floor shifter with a cable. And the reason they put this because you need to have that stationary because you got a cable. Well, I got nothing here. This is just literally a glorified button. They not only put 3 bolts, but look when they mounted. That giant bracket that is welded to the support of the car. And that's where they mount this. This is where they were experimenting, because they never had a car with a Prius shifter at that time. Well, all our cars, we bolt this with big bolts into the floor or to the column with a welded bracket. Well, let's just put this one too. But actually didn't need to do this, because this is just a glorified button. That's how they do things, and that's how they, I want to say they overbuilt this car. Look, truth is, interior in this, a bit on the flimsy side, but that was not the point. The point of this car was not to be luxurious or whatnot. It was to prove hybrids, and it did. Because the level of complication in this car is monumental, folks. If you've never seen one of these, folks will look at them in the street, make fun of them. It's a hybrid, it's a boring car, it's very slow and whatnot. Sure, I'm with you on that. But that's not the point of this car. The experiment behind this car was what made hybrids today successful. I mean, the level of technology in this car, and the most mind-boggling part, but at least to me, I have worked for Toyota for a very long time. We worked on these daily when they were newer, when they were getting older, and now when they're older. I don't think I've ever dealt with any of this stuff. Other than that resistor in the corner, we've done the display. I think I've done one motor ECU for the steering column, which just sits on top, because after an accident. I've never dealt with any of this stuff. Maybe once or twice on some strange problem, but not the norm. You don't come in here. So it was a kind of a learning moment for me, getting into this and seeing the level of complication of things that you're never going to hear about. Hey, they can complicate this all they want. If it's reliable and we don't have problems, they'll never know about it, and we're good. But folks, I want to share with you this experiment. This was a huge learning experiment for me, because I've never really pulled an evaporator out of one of these. Not really that common. It's possible. We are totally doing this. I was not expecting it to be this way. It went smoothly. We're about to start assembly here, but I want to share this moment with you. And now you can check one more thing out of your bucket list. You have seen a PTC heater in the flesh. Folks, I hope this video is helpful and informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day.